I'm Pepperjack Jones.
I'm Ryan Oshun.
Nice to meet you, brother.
Nice to meet you.
This is Life in the Headlocks, a little interview I'm trying to do to help the indie scene to get out there and just let you know who you are, what you like to do. I do not edit my channel, so if you screw up, it does go to YouTube, so congratulations.
That's fine.
Well, the first question I have for you is, who trained you in professional wrestling?
I was trained by Sean Hernandez, also known as Hernandez from TNA Wrestling, down at the RCW gym, River City Wrestling in San Antonio, Texas. There were some other guys that helped out. A guy goes by the name of Don Juan, Joey Spector. We did a lot of clinics. I've done clinics with Doc Gallows, Mike Knox, D'Lo Brown, Sky 8 from Mexico. Basically with him we had good access to a lot of more mainstream guys, Chavo Guerrero, guys like that we come in and work with because they know Sean. Cool. And yeah, that's how my training in a nutshell. Every week doing stuff like that.
Let me ask you, how hard was your training, and was there anything like you had difficulty with?
Yeah, my training was kind of difficult. It wasn't difficult the first couple months. I felt like I caught him really hard. It was physically difficult, but mentally, to me, it wasn't that bad. And then I kind of hit, about 4 months in, I hit a wall, and I wasn't progressing. Sean actually told me I needed to quit, and I considered it, and I didn't. Thankfully, I didn't. But I kind of had to get, after 4 months, I got just really mentally tore down really hard. And then, they kind of built me back up, and then I ended up moving on, moved away from there, moved to Florida. I met some other more veteran guys like John Saxon and this guy who does referee work and announcing, Kurt Diamond, helped me get hooked up with a lot of things. And everything's been positive. Saxon's like my dad, so if he watches this, he's like my wrestling dad. I tell him that, but
I try to
he's helped me out a lot.
Well, Saxon's a good guy. I like him. He's very cool. Who inspired you to get into professional wrestling? Was it a wrestler?
It was a wrestler. Back in I remember my old email used to be mickfoley95yahoo.com. It's not my email anymore, but email it if you want. I can't get it, but Mick Foley, I was a huge Mick Foley fan. The first book I ever read as a person was Mick Foley's first autobiography.
I read that thing 3 times.
Yep. And our styles are nothing alike, but something about, I'm from the Northeast, from New Jersey, he was from New York. I wasn't always in shape. I was kind of out of shape when I was younger, and here's this guy who doesn't fit the mold, and he was doing everything that I want to do. So he was a big inspiration. Just the fact that he did it and he made it. I don't mirror anything I do, and I don't take anything that he did, other than maybe his heart for wrestling business. But my career is going nowhere down the same path his did. But
you don't want to go wrestling, barbed wire, and thumbtacks?
I've done thumbtacks.
Oh, okay.
So I won't say I haven't done everything. But I mean, we're two completely different people, obviously. But his background in wrestling, how he got into it, is what motivated me, and I like that.
That's very cool. All right. What is your favorite match from TV? Pay-per-view, regular TV, anything, anywhere?
Hulk Hogan versus The Rock I think it was WrestleMania
19.
I think so, yeah. Where they were was it in Toronto? That match was awesome. They didn't do anything for like the first 10 minutes, but the place was blowing up.
It was great. Yeah, I agree with that. And Hogan got hurt. I mean, he legit got hurt. And
towards the middle of the match and the end of the match, they were going. But I mean, the way they had to be able to capture the beginning, they didn't have to. It's like, why do it if you ain't got to? Yeah. I know 1,000 moves, but I only use 8. You know why? Because I ain't got to. Yeah. So that's what I'm going to do here tonight. I'm going to do like 3 moves.
All right. What is your favorite moment in wrestling? Like Hogan slamming Andre, anything like that?
When Hogan slammed Andre, I think it was the year I was born. I wasn't watching wrestling yet. Which sucked, and I have a bad memory, so I watch wrestling, but I can't even tell you who won the last pay-per-view.
Well, let's put it this way, on like a independent level, is there something you've seen that just sticks in your head? You're like, holy hell, what the world was that?
Yeah, I've seen Homicide give somebody a cop killer in person.
There you go.
that move in general is, I see it, I'm never going to take it over. I like to think I'm too big, but...
what are you doing? Get off me. Yeah, I understand.
That in person is pretty incredible. Other than that, I can't.
I saw him and low-key do it on a guy, and low-key did the stomp on the dude.
Yeah,
like
at the same time.
Killed him. I was like, oh, hell no. So I understand, brother. I understand. All right. Well, what is your favorite match that you yourself have been in?
My favorite match that I've been in ever, there's 2 that I rank up there kind of equal with each other, but if I had to put, there's 2 matches, myself versus John Saxon and myself versus Steve Anthony, because they're both 2 people that I look up to a lot. Um, Steve Anthony mainly because a lot of the stuff he does is very high, very technical, and I was nervous that I had never been tested to that level, so that was on that hand. But with John Saxon, it was a good old. We just went to the ring and did the match. So I was scared to death because I'd never done it.
You never walked on top?
I've never done it before. But we did it in the match. That was actually that's the first time I wrestled in Mississippi, and that was taped. It was online by the same dude that's out there filming, but it's not up anymore. You can't find it. Or I can't. I'll have to ask him. But if I had to pick between those two, I like Steve. I like Steve to death, but it would have to be the Saxon only because that one pushed me more. Just going out and not having a single clue what was going to happen, and it worked. And ever since then, I don't like to plan my stuff out. It doesn't. It's not. It's more fun when you go out.
To me, it's like you read the crowd better.
Yeah, and you do something that's organic. And even if it's not going to be a crazy 5-star match, but you feel way better when you go out there and the organic feeling of the crowd and everybody liked it, and you come back and you might mess one or two things up, but at the same time, it's like we just created that. We didn't have to sit there and write that down.
I accidentally skipped a question, so I'll go back one. But what was your? No, I did ask you that. I'm sorry. Let's see. See, I told you I screwed up too. So, give me a wrestling story. Funny one, sad one, personal one. Up to you. Doesn't matter. It can be training. I don't care.
Well, I got good stories, but I'm not in the business throwing anybody through.
No, it doesn't have to be an insulting story.
There was
Jay told me a story about him crapping himself trying to get to the store.
There was one. This isn't my best one, but this is good because it's something. One thing I always said is I would never do like backyard wrestling. I did it when I was a kid, But after I started in the professional wrestling business, I said I would never, I'm not gonna. When I'm wrestling in venues, I'm getting paid money. And there was a wrestler that we used to wrestle with named Lowrider. He's out of Houston, Texas, and I was living in San Antonio at the time, and he had asked myself, this other guy named Rob Love, and a guy that we used to wrestle with named, he wrestled as Cody Price. And he was having a birthday party at his house, and he said he was going to set up, he had flyers that were made, and he said that he was putting on a wrestling show for his birthday. I thought that it was a show at a venue, and we went up there, and we agreed, we were getting paid and everything. We agreed on money and everything.
Really?
And we went up there to go to the show. When we got to the venue, it turned out it was his house. And he had a ring that he borrowed, and it was in his front yard. And his mom cooked food for us. There was beer there for us, everything. Plus we got paid on top of it. When it came around for showtime, they pointed cars at the ring in his front yard, turned on the lights, but about 100 people from the neighborhood showed up. So it was a legitimate front yard wrestling show. I got paid for it. It was actually one of the better paydays I got at the time.
Wow.
And so to me that's entertaining. It's not the craziest thing I got, but like I said, I don't want to bury it.
Well, Pro Wrestling League, they do birthday parties. He uses his trainees to do them, and I think it's a good way to get you out there.
Guys like that. Cool. Yeah, good.
Hey, you got paid. That's what matters, really. All right, let's see. What do you think of TV wrestling? The good of it and the bad of it?
I like TV wrestling because I don't like nothing but high spot wrestling. I'm not a fan of it. Mm-hmm. Not to say that I wouldn't do it if I had to, or if I had to wrestle with a guy that did it, then we wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
But for my own personal self, I wouldn't. I don't sit down and. I like Ring of Honor, but not every match the Ring of Honor does. I like more of a television style of a TV wrestling match that you can, and I would even say not even so much reason, because the WWE's kind of got away from that too. You're seeing longer, more spottier matches in the WWE. And I could do that, and I've done it before. It just went, for myself, when I sit down, unless it's a pay-per-view and it's like a 30-minute match, I enjoy the 5-minute television wrestling match where, a heel puts on heat, quick baby comeback, and then they go into whatever finishes. I like that. But I do think that style is kind of, I won't say fading out because I don't think it'll ever go away, but I think we're going through a period right now where it is more of a spottier style that you see on TV, which is cool. And if that's bottom line, it's all about what makes money. So if that's what makes money, that's what you gotta do.
Well, to me, like Cesaro, Kevin Owens, Now they come from the Indies, but they have changed their style down some.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
So
Well, you don't see as much of the, like you can go to an indie show and there's a guy that's completely willing to take a brain buster off something. And you watch WWE and you have those same guys, like those guys may have been willing to do that in, PWG or whatever, but they're not, part of it is because they're probably not allowed
we
to
can
do
do
it.
this tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day.
And they wrestle 5 nights a week, and plus, I would assume, and I don't know, I've known guys that work for WWE, and I know some personally now, but I would just assume that when you get those first couple good paychecks in, you're like, I want this to last a while.
Exactly.
So,
You only got one body, brother. And once you tear it up, believe me, it's not hard to get one back.
yeah.
So, all right. Well, let's see. If you could wrestle one guy from any century, anywhere, including now, who would it be?
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan.
Just because it's Hulk Hogan. You can guarantee you're going to wrestle Hulk Hogan, there's going to be thousands of people there to see it.
That's really true. I agree with that. Because I remember one year they fired Hogan, and he would actually work Big Show on an independent show. And Hogan was on. And it was packed. You thought he was a WrestleMania, and I'm like, and it was in Tennessee. I was like, holy crap! I saw pictures. I'm like, I wish I'd have went.
Yeah.
Like I didn't go, and I could have, but I didn't, and I regret it. But that was awesome.
Yeah.
So I understood what you mean. All right. Well, the next question is, what is your favorite company to work for, and why?
NWA Elite in Houma, Louisiana. That's the only place I've ever worked where you go in and the individual that takes care of the business end of things. I know what I'm gonna do, and it was really professional environment in the locker room. Hands down, the best locker room I've ever been in. So there is not one promotion that I've worked for ever that beats there.
Well, I went before with my friend Robert, the one that runs Pro Wrestling Ego. We carried a cage for him as far as Andy Dalton match. I don't remember exactly, but I just remember he came off the top rope.
It was a couple months ago, or like a year?
Almost a year ago,
Okay,
because
yeah.
he came off the top rope and it looked like the damn bottom of the ring almost fell out.
That was right before
But he even thanked the ring crew. You know, and most people don't thank the ring crew. They're like, screw you, get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
But I understood what you're saying. I thought that was very cool because I've done the ring crew many, many times and never been thanked. But that was awesome, so I agree with you. And y'all have a hell of a show. All right. Well, as a fan, what is your favorite kind of wrestling? Technical, strong style, lucha, southern? Do you have one?
I like watching all wrestling. I trained with Masada for a little bit when I was in Texas, and I can't say that I'm not sitting around on YouTube and I look up Combat Zone Wrestling and stuff like that, just to see stuff that I don't think I would ever want to do. Pretty much I'd almost watch, I mean, anything. I'll admit I'm not really into older wrestling, like when people talk about watching stuff from the 60s and 70s. I've watched it to learn from it, but it's not something that I can't wait to go home and see, this match from the Garden in this year. It's not that it doesn't entertain me, it's just it's such a time difference that it's hard for me to get into it.
Here's the only thing I'll say about old wrestling. Sometimes you can watch an old wrestling match and find something that nobody does anymore. And you start doing it.
And nobody else watches it.
That's one reason I'll tell anybody, and I only recommend a few things to like his students, and I'll tell them, go watch like Savage and say his brother. I mean, his brother wrestled a bunch, and a lot of people don't even realize that. But Pofo, the Genius, was a very good wrestler. A lot of people didn't realize it because he had such a stupid gimmick in WWE. But I told him to go watch that, and they're like, well, I didn't know he did that. I'm like, yeah, see, it's because he didn't do it in WWE. But that's all I can say on that. All right, well, you yourself, would you rather wrestle as a heel or a face?
Heel.
And why?
Heel, because it seems, to me it's natural, because I consider myself a very nice person, a very nice guy, but I do have a natural dislike for people sometimes, and it's not hard for me to be a dick.
Some people let their stupid shine through quite well, you know what I mean? Yeah, I understand. If you ever work retail, you really find that out. So, outside of wrestling, do you have a hobby that you just something you do to enjoy and relax?
Going to the gym. It's
Okay.
kind of like my breakdown time. I don't think enough wrestlers do that.
I agree with that. When I was younger, I did it a lot. Old age will kick your ass, believe me. All right. Well, who is your favorite person to wrestle and why?
Who is my favorite person to
That
wrestle?
you wrestle.
That I've wrestled in the past, or that I know that I'm doing stuff with currently? Or like, what do you mean?
Anytime. So, okay, say tomorrow there's a guy you usually wrestle and you had to make a phone call and go, well, I can get this guy because I trust him. I work with him all the time. We have excellent matches.
I mean, I've wrestled John Saxon, I can't, like 3 or 4 times now. And those have been some of the most, like, those matches that I had are some of the ones where I go to the back and I, like, take a deep breath and, like, that was awesome, that was fun. I'd probably say him, if I could think of anybody off the top of my head.
Alright, that's cool. What is the move that you use to put most white guys away, and what do you call it?
Big boot, usually. I was doing a full Nelson slam. I never really had a name for anything because it's not like we're on TV with announcers calling it. It's hard to get people
You'd be
attention.
surprised, brother. I call it this. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And it's a lot easier to describe. Like if I tell you I'm going to give you a big boot, that's a lot better than I'm going to give you the Oshun something. Somebody doesn't know what that is. But I'll use a big boot. I've done a full Nelson slam.
Oh, it's a title wave, and then you got it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is the very last question. But who's been there for you on a personal level in wrestling? Like if you had to call them tomorrow and say, thank you, you've been there, I appreciate you more than anybody. Is there a person? And if
I would
so,
say since I moved, and he knows it, Kurt Diamond, and that's only because he's the first. When I got to Florida on a Wednesday, and I got 2 names, kind of. There's Michael Patrick. He was in Tampa, and he was doing a Bob Armstrong Memorial Show. And I got to Florida on a Wednesday. The Armstrong Memorial Show was a Saturday, I believe, and I wasn't booked, but he said just show up and bring your stuff. So I showed up, I brought my stuff. I got in a battle royal, but that's where Kurt Diamond had saw me. And then I guess Kurt talked to John, a couple people talked, and then that ultimately got me into with NWA Elite. It's just showing up to that one show. So I credit Mike Patrick with that, for opening that door. And then I credit Kurt Diamond with helping me with stuff like that. And he's literally, we hang out almost every weekend. I text him every single day. We text stupid things back and forth. I'd say he's my best friend. He actually made a joke yesterday because I didn't realize I said it, but Tom Pritchard was on a show with us a couple weeks ago, and I was talking to Tom, and Kurt walked over, and I introduced Curtis to Dr. Tom as my personal manager and agent. And it was kind of like I was in the middle of the show, so I just came back from behind the curtain, so I was still kind of in character, and I saw him, and I wanted to talk to Tom about something. Curtis happened to walk up at the same time, so that's how I introduced him. But I tell him that all the time. We were just out last night. We'll go out, we'll just talk. Like we talk about, like he's more like a best friend. It started just wrestling, and you travel around so much, and it's like, man, I don't have any friends because all I do is wrestle. And we do the same stuff. So I would say with my mentalness in my head, because he knows, and people around me know, I worry bad about things. And Kurt's definitely the person I go to and I tell him my worries, and he either tells me how to fix it or he makes fun of me and makes me worry more. But
well, brother, I call this life in a headlock because life can be a headlock, stiff as hell, or loose as hell.
Yeah.
Seems like you got yours pretty loose and you got your life pretty on the straight and narrow.
That's right, too.
Well, brother, I appreciate you being on life in a headlock.
Thank you
very much.
Thank you.